Many years ago, there was an engine who worked on a faraway railway. He was never given a name, or should I say, never lived long enough to be given a name. You see, all engines, when they are built, are friendly and hard-working. But once in a while, engines come out bad. And I'm sorry to say that this engine came out very bad indeed. No one knows how he came to be built, or what led him to do the things he did, but he left a path of destruction that haunts his controller to this very day. The engine thought himself to be a premier engine from a famous lineage, but it was actually an experimental engine, using only parts of other steam engines. The parts didn't fit together very well, and made him mean-spirited, and somewhat unhinged. He was painted blue, but he should have been painted black. It was not uncommon for the engine to insult the others and resort to light sabotage, such as pumping them without warning and misplacing trains over small petty squabbles. He was also easy to get anger and had fits of rage, taking it out on trucks and sometimes engines smaller than he was. One day he buffeted up one of these smaller engines and pushed him to the edge of a turntable well, threatening to knock him in if he didn't cater to his every whim. The big engines were furious and confronted him about his awful behavior. "Stop bullying engines smaller than you," they said. But he won't listen. He continued to play spiteful tricks, and threatening that if the big engine ever told a controller about it, he'll make them pay. The two big engines, thoroughly fed up, got up very early one morning and met a controller at the station. They told him all about the engine had done, but the controller's hands were tied since the engine was on loan. "I can't do anything but put in a report to the engine's company," said the controller. One of the big engines left to take a train, and the other remained at the station trying desperately to plead their case. It is said that the bad engine was passing through the yard at the time and saw the big engine. Needless to say, he was immediately suspicious. He confronted the big engine in the yard and said, "I told you not to tell everyone. You'll get yours." The big engine just laughed, believing the engine only to be bluffing. But he was most assuredly not bluffing. The next day, the big engine was pulling an express through the junction. The screams of the passengers inside those coaches became louder and louder and louder. The bad engine, knowing the big engine was just up the line, had intentionally missed a signal and plowed into the back of an express train to get even. The sight of it was awful. 3 rear coaches were smashed into smithereens. Everyone inside those coaches would perish. The big engine screamed, "You killed my passengers! You killed my passengers!" But the bad engine didn't care. He just laughed. The controller came, seeing the mess, sent the engine for scrap. If the controller had only listened to the big engines, the lives of those in the coaches might have been saved.